Happy Thursday, everyone. This one being July 2nd, right before the big holiday. I'm meteorologist Rob Eicher with your forecast for the Florida Weather Authority. And I'm going to start with something that's kind of breaking news in the weather world. This is the latest drought monitor or drought assessment. And it was just released earlier today, and it shows that most of the peninsula of Florida is in some kind of drought, in some cases severe drought, the exception being the coastline along Brevard County and Indian River County. And you might be thinking, well, Rob, I've seen the afternoon showers and thunderstorms. How can we still be in a drought? Well, my boy Tommy hit the mark yesterday when he said to you, does it seem like those storms aren't hitting your house? Yeah, that's the problem. The storms have been too scattered and too few and far between to do any good for a long-term drought. And here is the proof. This is the pier in the lake in my neighborhood. I took this shot yesterday afternoon on a walk with the family. If you look closely there, that black line is where they painted it, and they painted it at the low point in the dry season. In other words, that's where the water is normally at its lowest point at any point in the year. And to give you a close-up view, here are my kids walking under the pier. They have never been able to walk under the pier before, and they're taller now than they've ever been. In terms of our chances for rain today, not so good, in short. If you've heard about the heat dome or the heat wave that's impacting most of the northeastern United States, that same system is impacting us. The center of it is a big area of high pressure centered over the southeastern United States. And winds always go clockwise around an area of high pressure. That means that system is taking the heat and humidity from the Gulf of Mexico and pumping it up into the Northeast, which is why it's so miserable up there. But for us, that same system gives us a little bit more of an easterly or onshore wind. And if you look closely at the clouds, you can kind of see them slowly spreading across the peninsula of Florida, coming in from the Atlantic. When we get that type of wind pattern, we get one or two pop-up thunderstorms, usually in the middle part of the afternoon, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. And those storms quickly move over to the Gulf Coast side, and that's it. So our chances for rain are not too good. Maybe a one or two pop-up storms here or there, and then things should clear out completely by dinner time. But watch as the pattern changes here as we head into the 4th of July. High pressure moves from the Carolinas out into the Atlantic, and these little barbs, these little arrows here show you the wind. Now our wind is coming from the south, and that makes all the difference in terms of heat, humidity, and chances of rain. Bottom line, what does that mean for your 4th of July weekend? It means it's going to be hot, it's humid, with heat indices, I should say, in the mid hundreds. That's just below the category, just barely below the category where the National Weather Service starts issuing advisories. That also means we have a really good chance for rain, unfortunately, for Saturday, the 4th of July. And I know you see 70% chance of rain, you think, oh man, my holiday is ruined. Not exactly. 70% chance of rain does not mean that it's going to rain 70% of the day. It means that you're very likely to get wet at some point in the day. So that might mean that if you're grilling in the afternoon, you've got burgers on the menu for dinner, you might have to postpone things here shortly or duck inside briefly as the storms roll through. But it does look like the thunderstorms are going to be clearing out around sunset. So I think most of the fireworks displays are going to be okay. But plan on being indoors or having a plan B indoors for a short period of time on Saturday, if not for the storms, just to cool off, because it's going to be on the hot side. For the beaches, it looks a little bit better, slightly cooler, and a lot lower chance of rain, especially the next couple of days, again, because today most of the storms will be moving over to the Gulf Coast side. So the Atlantic beaches will likely be dry today. Even so, tomorrow, better chance for rain on Saturday and Sunday, but it won't be as hot, not quite as bad this weekend at the area beaches. If I didn't think it was going to be so crowded because it was a holiday weekend, I'd probably go myself, but I think I will avoid those crowds. Either way, I hope you enjoy your 4th of July. Amy Sweezy will be here tomorrow.